Mrs. Jackson has really fostered a growth mindset in her classroom. She encourages students to embrace challenges and also have students learn from their mistakes. It's okay not to be perfect. She also develops leaders in her classroom. She is part of student council, and with that is always looking to build that capacity of leadership within her class as well as the school.
Hello, my name is Latanya Jackson. I'm a high school teacher at Davidson Fine Arts, and I'm one of the top 6 finalists for Richmond County School System Teacher of the Year. Well, initially, my plan was not to be an educator. I started out as a computer science major, but during that time, my school actually phased out the program, and so I had to decide what it was that I could do really well and what I thought I would enjoy. And so I decided to become a mathematics major. So my bachelor's is in mathematics. And so at that time, I worked in the tutoring lab where I actually tutored students in mathematics. I tutored business majors and education majors, and it happened to be a student, an education major, who said to me one day, "Have you ever considered going into education because you're really good at helping us understand math?" And at that time, I hadn't even considered it, but I think that was the turning point that made me decide that maybe this is something that I needed to do.
Seeing Miss Jackson and her success is really inspiring. We all know that this job can be really taxing at times, but to know that there are people that are recognizing you and recognizing your efforts and rewarding those. And I think Miss Jackson, out of anyone, is a star here at Davidson Fine Arts. She's a treasure to Richmond County.
My son is new to her, but he was very nervous going into her class because it's his first AP class. And it's a class that he was interested in, but maybe not as interested as we thought. And he said that she made it an amazing class. He wants to be there.
My teaching style is probably a little different. When most of them walk into my room, they're anxious. Some of them are a little fearful because of stories that they hear. I really do believe in having students reach my expectations. I have high expectations. And so I believe in problem-based learning. I believe in getting kids to think through problems. I'm not a lecturer at all. Sometimes that is necessary, but I really feel that my focus is to facilitate their learning and to help them be able to explain and justify and find reasons of why they're doing what they're doing, and to also find some importance in what they're doing, and to also realize the power that they have in them when they can achieve those things that they didn't realize that they could actually attain.
She had us the little AP forms where we sign, and I put the check next to I'm not taking the exam, because I was not planning on taking the exam. I'm not a math-minded person. I wouldn't say that math is or was my favorite subject then. And I gave her the paper, and she looked at me, and then she said, "Are you sure?" And I looked at her and I said, "Did you see my Infinite Campus grade in your class?" And then she said, "Yeah, but I know you can do it." And then I'm like, and then she said, "Be confident." And I was like, "Well, I can pray about it and we'll see how things go." And then she said, "See, that's all I want you to do. Think about it." And I ended up doing it, and I ended up passing my AP exam.
I want my students to have resilience. I want my students to have confidence. That's a big thing that I push in my classroom. My mantra is be confident, and even if you're wrong, I want you to be confidently wrong, and we'll fix it from there. So I think that as they go out post-secondary education, that they feel like that they have the world in the palm of their hands, that they can tackle anything, and that they can do it with great pride and great confidence.